What's going on, family? Welcome back to another episode of Next Up. I'm so excited to be with y'all here today. If you don't know yet, I go by the name of J. Lloyd, and today we have another very special guest. But before we get into it, y'all know the deal. I'm about to gift y'all with a special episode, so give me a gift in exchange. First off, please subscribe down below. You see the button down there. Go ahead and click subscribe. Also, click that bell next to it so you can get post notifications anytime we post on YouTube. Additionally, you see this right down below. This is our Instagram. Go follow us on Instagram at nextup.famu. Now, as we get into this episode, I have somebody who is a master of two trades. As a musician, he blends a sound of smooth R&B and hip hop with energy on his tracks like Please, Too Long, and one of my personal favorites, Perfect Pair. He recently just had a major moment in his career opening on FAMU Be Out Day for Jacquees. It's a special moment in his career and just a sign of where he's headed. But not only that, he can talk some sports as well. Not just in the studio, but in the sports world, bringing heat as a journalist on Halftime with the Playmakers, as well as his own show, the LTS Podcast. Without further ado, let me introduce you all to today's very special guest.
I'm Lott. I'm an artist as well as a journalist, and I'm next up.
What's going on, man? People don't know this, but this is a dude who I really got a chance to know a lot over the course of the semester. He came in on our sports show on 90.5, the Flavor Station. Got to give Halftime with the Playmakers a shout, where y'all can catch me every week under the name of J. Lloyd. Y'all can catch my man Elijah too.
E-Class.
Yes, sir. E-Class. Yes, sir. So I really had a chance to meet with him, and one of the things I learned about him is he's a super talented musician, and we're going to learn more about him throughout this course of this interview. But first, I want to get off to a little icebreaker, man. So You ready?
Let's do it.
So what I want to call this icebreaker is, what are the vibes? So I'm going to ask you a mood that you're in, and then you're going to tell me a song that you would play for that specific mood.
Let's do it.
You got that? You got that?
For sure.
All right, come on, man. Let's go. Let's get started. So what's a song that makes you feel unstoppable? As an athlete, as a former athlete, you have to have one.
Okay,
Come on,
yeah, no, for sure. Gotta be something by Kanye. I know that's probably not the best thing to say right now at this exact moment.
Hot take.
But we can't, I don't wanna get into it, but if you can separate the art from the artist, he's there. It gotta be something from maybe no, it doesn't have to be My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. It could probably be from Graduation. Or I'ma just, that's an interesting question. Give me some time to think. What make you feel unstoppable? What's the song that make you?
That makes me feel unstoppable? That is a great question. For me, I would probably say DNA by Kendrick Lamar.
Not a bad take. This is probably, for right now, we're gonna say Amazing, Kanye and Jeezy. If you know, you know. That's low-key a deep cut from the album, but if you know that, yeah.
Good one, man. Shout out to NBA 2K. You know, they really introduced me to that song.
Real ones know, bro. Real ones know.
Glad we can relate.
I forget the number. I forget which 2K it was, but yeah.
Yes, sir, man. So we're gonna move on to the next one. What's the song that you would play for a heartbreak? Now this goes both ways. I know you might be a little heartbreaker yourself, so.
God, nah, man. As of late, nah, man. Let me see. What did I play for the last one? I played Please by Elijah Lott on Apple Music. Go listen to it. But in all seriousness, really, bro, anything by John Mayer, Back to You. Or Still Feel Like Your Man. Pick one. Yes.
So what's the show that you would play for your pre-show hype track? Like you're getting ready to perform, it's time to go. You have a show that you would play for that? Or a song you would play for that, excuse me?
A song, believe it or not, just my stuff. Well, probably just some of my favorite stuff. So John Mayer, Kanye West, CeeLo Green, John Legend, stuff like that. But that's more so like not even to get me ready, just to like calm me down and like familiarize myself with stuff that I'm already used to. And then immediately before, I have to listen to my stuff so I don't forget the words. When you get up in front of people, I've heard this song a million times. What comes after this chorus? I have no clue. So yeah, probably my stuff.
Yes, sir. Well, we like that you are able to get in your own mood with your own stuff, man. That's super dope. But what's the song that would remind you of home?
Ooh, what's a song that remind me of home? That's a good question. Cause I have so many I have so many memories attached to. I have so many memories attached to home. I would probably say top of my mind, John Legend. She Don't Have to Know John Legend. She Don't Have to Know John Legend. That entire album was really great, and I grew up on that album. But just that specific song, the musicality of it, like the way the chorus blends into the verses and the harmonies in it, like that was when I first found out, like, oh, harmonies are good. Like I like that. I'm gonna do that when I make music.
Something that kind of influenced you to start?
Absolutely,
Yes,
absolutely.
Sir. Yes, sir, man. So the last one is, do you have a guilty pleasure song? A song that may not necessarily reflect who you really are, but you love listening to?
I always get some eyebrows when I say this, but I don't care. What is Willow by Taylor Swift? Willow by Taylor Swift. I ain't gonna lie to you. If you just sit down, if you take away who the person is, right, and you don't care about, don't think about who you are, and don't think about who she is. Just sit down and listen to the song.
I'm about to say, what's wrong with Taylor Swift? She don't have nothing going on.
Well, as a John Mayer fan, it's kind of weird if you know the backstory. But aside from that, it's just kind of a stigma as a black man listening to Taylor Swift. But if you really just, she got some like environmental stuff going on. Like she flies a lot of private jets, which is terrible for the ozone layer and stuff like that. But if you kind of separate that from that, you just sit and listen to the music. Yeah, she like that.
All my fellas, get in your Taylor Swift bag.
Get in your
man.
Taylor Swift bag. Get in your Olivia Rodrigo bag. Get in your, if you really know ball, get in your Amy Winehouse bag. It'll change your life. I promise you. I promise you. And not just Back to Black. Like really get in there. Listen to Frank. It'll change your life. I'm telling you. I got the vinyl at the crib right now. Listen to Frank.
He came to put y'all on today, man.
Listen. That's what I do. It's what I do.
So without further ado, man, that was a great icebreaker. You did amazing, by the way.
Appreciate it.
But I really want to get into this interview.
It's amazing.
Amazing.
So amazing. What y'all know about that, man?
Clown, man. I really want to get into your upbringing, though, man. So what was your childhood like? Did you grow up around other musicians? Was that like a heavy music community that you grew up in?
For sure. So I guess it starts off earliest with my grandma being in the choir. And my mom is a singer, my dad is a writer. And that worked perfectly, I think. I like to think that I'm a above average writer for sure. Album coming out. Right now we're looking at April 18th. Yeah, right now we're looking at April 18th. I don't want to push it back any further, but that's what we're looking at right now. You gonna hear some bars on there. And you definitely gonna hear some singing on there. I'm trying to represent my dad as best as possible, trying to represent my mom as best as possible. That's really my two biggest like familial musical influences, but really everybody in my family has something to do with music. My aunt sings, just like everybody. It's so funny, my younger sister Cadence, my parents named her Cadence because of my love for music. And she is one of the most musical people I know. Like she's 9 now and she sings the harmonies to songs when she first hears them. Like it's so weird.
Advanced at it,
bro.
age, huh?
At this age, it's ridiculous. But it just kind of shows like it's in me for real.
Yeah, awesome.
It's for real.
Awesome. So for you, what was the first like musical experience that you had personally? Like, was it singing? Did you play an instrument first?
So singing was just the easiest and most accessible. So I was definitely in the Sunshine Band in church growing up. If you from Jacksonville or if you from Kojic, you know about that Sunshine Band. You had to do it, whether you wanted to or not, whether you could sing or not. You was in that Sunshine Band. But aside from that, I was blessed to be around a lot of music when I was younger. I did violin for a short period of time in middle school. Yeah, for sure. After that, I touched guitar a little bit. I'm trying to get back into it now. It's so difficult. But the people that I look up to, they master it. So I'm trying to not let that comparison steal my joy. Because if you try to play like B.B. King every day, you can't do it. If you try and play like Stevie Ray Vaughan every day, you can't do it. Try to play like Prince, try to play like John Mayer, you can't do it. You just gotta start somewhere.
Right.
So definitely tried out a lot of instruments when I was younger, but singing is just kind of what stuck, And Yeah, but what's so cool about FAMU is being around all these different people that are good with instruments. Like I joined Venomous Entertainment here at school, and the musicians that you tap into and tap in with, it's ridiculous. Like I personally know probably a trombone player, one of the best in the world in my opinion. Like not Gamaliel, ridiculous. Doyle on keys, Shamar on bass. Like you just Rivers on drums. Like you just know so many talented musicians here. Like it was so cool joining that, and you just meet so many cool people that are so talented. So me not knowing how to play, oh, all I got to do is sing. Bet.
So awesome. That's also great to hear. I know a lot of those dudes in the band as well. I'm interested. Did you have a chance to pop out at the jazz concert recently?
I did. It was so cool. Like y'all have no idea. So like live music is, I discovered that maybe 2-3 years ago. Just like live music is my thing. I love live music. And so once I saw, which I kind of wish it was promoted a little bit differently, like I found out about the jazz concert through a IG note. But bro, I was like, oh yeah, that should be hard. I'ma go. But I didn't know that the people that I knew were gonna be in it. I was just going straight off the love of music. I see that they there, I'm even more hyped. And then as I'm listening to the songs, like bro, it's next level. It's next level. It was so cool.
I always love to pop out when I have the chance, not because I have an experience with the band, but also just because they make great music.
They
really
great
take
music.
what they do very seriously. It's beautiful to see on stage.
For real.
But moving on to my next question, I want to know about your childhood or your upbringing as an athlete.
Okay.
When did those things like intertwine, music and athletics, and what was your first experience with that?
So I think my music and my let me see. So when I couldn't first, like, as I was training for football, I remember my dad kind of like gave me like guidelines. Like, okay, cool. You want to be strong in there. If you want to play, you got to be good. So cool. You should do like 100 sit-ups, 100 push-ups, 100 jumping jacks. And then I remember I would like try and just do 100, and I couldn't do it because I was little. So instead, I would like train like by song length. Or like, cool. Like I'm getting tired. I'm gonna try and do as many as I can, and then when this chorus is over, bet I'm gonna stop. Like stuff like that. So they kind of stayed separate, but I guess it kind of molded my music taste a bit, like throughout training or getting ready for games and stuff like that. But yeah, I definitely think that without football, I wouldn't be the musician I am, and I don't think without music, I would have been the football player that I was.
That's interesting. Do you think you can like further elaborate on that? Like, why do you think that it took your experiences as a musician to make you a better football player and vice versa?
Yeah, man, just like, I don't think people understand how deeply rooted music is in everything. Like, bro, we put music in cars. Like, in order to get from point A to point B, people made music a necessity. Like, there's very few things that you do in life that you don't, add music to. I remember like little like footwork drills. Footwork drills are like, I play offensive lineman, so the footwork drills were more so like pass sets and stuff like that. But even still, it wouldn't be like, I couldn't get 1 2 1 2 1 2 down. So I would get a song that's like that similar pace and kind of like rap that in my head. And da 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 da, and it made sense. It worked that way. And yeah, like it's just kind of been entrenched since then.
So now I want to get into your artistry and just your time as a musician. As I stated before, you really have a smooth sound, right? And it blends
Appreciate
like R&B, hip hop very well together. And you also have an amazing voice too. I just want to know, like, where did you get your style from? Like, was there anything, any artist that you grew up listening to that you were like, hey, I want to sing like this, or I want to be on tracks that sound like this?
I think I just like so much, and I know that's a big thing, that because I'll never be like, oh yeah, I'm the greatest singer of all time. That's not me. But what I do know is I know what I can do with my voice, and I know what I can't do with my voice. And anybody that knows music, or anybody that like knows singing, you can do, if you know your limits and you know what your strengths are and your limitations are, and you flirt with the limitations a little bit, yeah. So I know the vocal ranges of the people that I love, like John Legend, CeeLo Green, Kanye, right? Like when I'm rapping, I think I have a heavy Kanye influence. I think I have a heavy J. Cole influence, and I know like their rhythms and their patterns, and I try and mimic that with certain tracks that I get on. And then like sonically, I pull a lot of heavy influence from those other R&B artists that I just named, or even like I grew up heavy on Stevie Wonder. I love the vibrato that he does with certain songs, and like I try and kind of pull from whatever I've heard and I like. Cool. So like it's almost like a boiling pot of just all the artists that I grew up loving, and I know my voice can do this and my voice can't do that, and cool, we gonna rock like that. I love Whitney Houston, but I'm not gonna try some of the stuff she does because I don't have that,
right.
you know? So just whatever I can do, I try and make it sound the best I can.
All right, so how do you think that you are able to build worlds and really just elaborate on your ideas while still kind of staying within the realm of like your own possibilities and what you can do?
I think it's really simple, because like in the moment, like while you creating, I think I made myself sound a little too limited with that previous answer. Like in the realm of creation, bro, you are invincible. You kind of already have like this mental guideline of how far you can go, but within this little space, I'm raw. I can do whatever, for real. So you can build upon whatever. Like it's literally nothing that. It's been times where I was recording, it was like, oh yeah, I could do that, and I tried recording it, and it was, ooh, okay, it would be better if I did something else. So like, you could literally try whatever it is that you want, and then if it doesn't work, just find an alternative for it. So like, being afraid of failure when creating, especially because it's not going out right now. So you could like, and I think a big part of that is having people that you're comfortable with in the studio. My main producer, Jay Wayes, who just got accepted into FSU's master's program for law.
Hey, congratulations, Jay Wayes.
Yeah, bro, love that guy, man, love that guy. That has been one of my best friends since, was it 2025? I'd say since like 2022, 23. Like that's my dog for real, and that's my main producer. So I'm comfortable with him to the point where like, okay, cool. I'm okay with venturing out of my comfort zone a little bit, because if he hears a voice crack, it's not the end of the world. Whereas if somebody new and I might want to impress them or something like that, I might not want to go out of my comfort zone too far. So having people that you're comfortable with in the studio while you're creating is a big part of having success, because you can also try stuff like, ooh, this might be stupid, but I'm gonna just try it, and it come to be, oh, yeah, that was good. You know, so just like comfortability is everything.
Awesome. So as we kind of speak on your recording process and what it takes for you to make a song, what was the first time you actually kind of put your foot forward and said, hey, I'm gonna actually try to take making music seriously?
Bro, so it's so funny you said that after I brought up Jonathan. Like, it was literally with him. Like he was already like an established artist. Like I would, not just because he was my friend, like I would listen to his music, because Jit raw for real. So, and he knew I sang from just like different stuff. Like I did like talent shows at FSCJ, or I would like sing throughout the day. He was like, bro, like you should like make music. And I was like showing some of my verses. He was like, yo, you gotta take it seriously. And I'm like, yeah, man, but like studio time and money for studio time, and I got a job, I'm going to school, whatever. He was like, bro, you could do like, there's other ways that you can make music. And so I was like, all right, I mean, I'm just, you know, all right, I guess we can one day, whatever. And then he was like, you know what? I got an audio interface, a microphone, because he recorded himself sometimes. So he goes, I got a microphone, audio interface, and I got my Mac. And he was like, let's go in the car and like roll all the windows up, and we just gonna record in there. I was like, okay. And so if you listen to Please right now, no, not Please, it was Too Long. If you listen to Too Long, that song was 90% recorded inside of a 2005 Honda Pilot.
That is an insane story. That's one of the craziest stories I've heard in a long time about making a song.
Yeah, and it doesn't sound too terrible. Like if you know the story behind it don't sound too terrible. Like it's honestly kind of solid. But that just shows like, number one, that shows if he wants something bad enough, he gonna go get it. Like Jit finna get his masters. Like if he wants something bad enough, he gonna get it. And that kind of like showed me like the different levels it is to like wanting something and like going after it for real. So like once I took that like mental limitation on myself, yeah, let's do it. And then I was more comfortable trying to find like different avenues. Like, okay, cool, this person gets studio time, and go with them. Or matter of fact, I am pretty good at this. I'll put some money towards studio time, stuff like that.
I want to talk about your singles. You released a couple of singles last year, Please, Too Long, and Perfect Pair, which is one of my favorite songs from you so far.
A lot of people.
And it really did expose me to the type of artist that you can be. So for all of those songs, what did it take to make those, and how did you kind of build the ambience of that song, or those songs?
So all of them, I can't get too deep into the first two because everybody swears that I'm writing from personal experience. And I gotta say, hey, I'm an artist. I'm writing from, I have a vast imagination. But yeah, just like for a lot of them, especially the first two, I just kind of heard the beat and the melody comes within like maybe 5-10 minutes. I just sitting, listening. Okay, cool. All right, that sounds like a one-syllable word. What's a one-syllable word? Please. All right, cool. We're gonna drag that out. It's not a really difficult process for real. It's just like stringing together like, okay, cool, I have this idea. What's something that work with that idea? That, let's write it down. That, let's write it down. That, let's write it down. I know that writing a rap song is so much easier than writing an R&B song, in my opinion. Just the words come easier because you're not as restricted in terms of like word limitations. Like you could fit so many more words into a rap song than an R&B song. And you got to think like what you worry more about. A rhyme matters more in a R&B song, believe it or not, because you could fit so many words into a rap song that it don't even matter if it rhyme. Like the last word definitely has to rhyme, but you could fit like ABA, AABB. Like the different rhyme patterns are so intricate with rap. Whereas R&B, you can do that if you want to, but because it's so slowed down compared to rap, the audience definitely hears if you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. So I feel like R&B is a bit more restrictive, but I think it's a bit more rewarding as well when you really get something good out of it.
So you recently had a big moment in your career, open at FAMU Be Out Day. A lot of people in attendance, a lot of eyes on you. Just kind of talk about that performance. You're opening up for a major R&B artist yourself. I want to know, did you get a chance to kind of meet with Jacquees, or was it, no?
I personally didn't, and the story behind that is kind of funny. So first off, big shout out to DK, our SGA vice president, I believe. Big shout out to him. He's the guy who reached out for the opportunity, and he was super helpful with everything, and he was the driving force behind that opportunity. So thank you so much, man. I really appreciate you. The opportunity itself was amazing. I already worked with Annabelle and Melly before, so the vibe of the show was already really good. It was big for me to perform Perfect Pair because I had a 10-minute set. It's the longest set that I ever had. So I was like, I could do so much with this. And like the thought process behind it was so cool because I was like I talked to my dad about it. He was like, man, like you need a set. You need to get a set together. I was like, okay, I could get a set together. But when I looked at the 3 songs that I have released, I'm like, okay, cool. I could do the entire song of all 3 of these songs. It'll fit within 3 minutes. I mean, it'll all fit within 10 minutes. But it's just kind of that, if that makes sense. And it didn't feel like it was enough. So I was like, cool. What if I opened with a cover of End of Time, Justin Timberlake and Beyonce? I wanted to find a cover that was something that people knew, that was recognizable, and hopefully something that they could sing along with.
Right.
And then, of course, the infamous high note in that song. So cool. If I hit that, that kind of like earns me credibility with the crowd. That, okay, this dude can sing, I'm gonna tap into the rest of his performance. So cool. And it was kind of cool because it went exactly how I wanted it to go. Because they singing along with me, they know the high note coming up. So they was quiet to hear me, but also because they couldn't do it either. So after that, after I hit it, it was like, I heard some like, oh, okay, whatever. And then cool, now I got the audience with me, now I can start doing my own stuff. And yeah, just the performance itself was really, really cool. Like it was so cool to like have that type of audience. And I tried out a new song that hasn't been released yet, but I really, really love it. It's called Need You Now. And I kind of like used the performance as a sounding board for it. And I really enjoyed that because getting that type of live feedback from something that maybe 5 people have heard, as now I'm bringing it to, what was it, like 50 plus at that time. Like that was like probably even more than that, maybe even 100. Like it was kind of nerve wracking at first because it's still my baby. Like I ain't put it out to the world yet, but The response that I got from it was really cool. I did not meet Jacquees. I actually had a broadcast journalism boot camp that I had to go to. But my last performance, I did get to meet JP, if you know who that is.
Right.
Yeah, I did get to meet JP. Got a picture with him. Got a cool little funny video with him. Shout out JP, cool dude. Yeah, so I didn't get to meet him, but it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. I'm sure it would have been cool.
I really like that you really took the time to build a set that was not only interactive with the crowd, but like you said, built credibility with you. It was a very genius plan to do that, and I know that your confidence on stage when you hit that note skyrocketed.
You already know.
So.
You already know. You already know.
I'm sure it was a great show. I was upset that I couldn't come out to see you, but
it's all good.
Just hearing about it, man, I know you killed it on stage.
Yeah, I got some videos I can see.
My last question for you is just about your upcoming album. Do you have a name for it yet? And,
yes, I do.
Just talk to me about the vibe you're going for this one and what you want fans to take away at the end of it.
Absolutely. So right now, like I said, April 18th, we're gonna come out with Rough Draft. The vision that I have for my entire career, so to speak, would be just Rough Draft would be the first installation of seemingly like a progress of my musical career. So I want my last album to be kind of the title would be something close to either final or finished product or something like that. And then Rough Draft will kind of be my introduction, and hopefully through the last project you can see a vast difference between the two. But this is still the best that I have. Don't get it twisted. It's not something that's been rushed or is being rushed. I put a lot of time into this for sure. The vibe that I'm going for, I definitely care about it being a cohesive project. I hate when albums feel like mixtapes. I hate when not mixtapes. I hate when albums feel like playlists. And you just kind of put this song next to this song, next to this song, next to this song. I hate that.
With no real meaning behind it. I know what you're talking about.
It bothers me so much. That's also the reason why the album won't be that long. We're in the fine-tuning process of it right now. I'm deciding between 10 songs and 7 songs, because I feel like it would be better to have a 7-song album that has 0 skips than a 10-song album that's it's cool, this is good, but you didn't need 2 or 3 of them. That could have went on the next one, stuff like that. I'm really trying to fine tune it for real. In terms of the vibe, bro, I'm just trying to show my versatility as much as possible, which is kind of difficult because you don't want the songs to be all over the place. But I want to show people how versatile I am. That's my biggest thing. Just in life being versatile. Football, journalism, music, I am versatile, and I want to show that through the project. So you're gonna hear some singing, you're gonna hear some rapping. One of the 10 that may or may not make it, I'm playing some guitar on there. It sounds similar to a Ed Sheeran, Adele type situation. It's kind of hard, I don't want to compare myself to those people, because they're them, but it's something similar to that. So overall, just be prepared to hear something that makes sense cohesively, but you're not gonna hear the same song twice on there. Right. And that's huge for me.
That is huge, and it sounds like it's gonna be an exciting project, one that can hopefully get more fans to that you can take with you on your journey in music as well.
For sure.
Another question that I have for you just about your album is, who has given you some great advice about it?
Definitely Jay Waves. Definitely Jay Waves as my main producer. So it's my album, but it's our brains behind it for real. So definitely him. I would definitely say my parents as well. I try to keep them as tapped in with it as possible, but it's kind of weird because I try not to as well, because they're gonna want to hear some of it. And I have this thing with my parents. I would rather perform in front of President Obama in a room of 1 trillion other people instead of just my parents. I don't know why. I just get a different kind of nervous with them in the room. I don't know why. I want to make them proud, I guess, and I hope that they like it. Whereas oh, y'all strangers. Not saying that I don't care, but it's just different. So they have definitely helped as well. And this gonna sound too artisty, but it's the truth. The music that I listen to gives me great advice for my record as well, because it kind of expands my thought process on stuff oh, I don't have to be boxed in and just okay, the whole song sounds like this. Oh no, Nights by Frank Ocean. Yes, you can switch the beat in the middle if it sounds hard.
Great track, yeah.
Great track. It's like, yeah, the stuff that I listen to definitely gives me a lot of inspiration in terms of what I choose to do with my stuff.
April 18th, new album coming soon, Rough Draft. Super excited where you're going on your musical journey. And also, we're going to be looking out for the LTS podcast.
Absolutely.
You can catch both of us on Halftime with the Playmakers, releasing weekly, 90.5. Check it out on Apple Podcasts if you need to. And yeah, man, really
Even if you
enjoy
don't
having
need to.
Yeah, even if you don't need to, share it with a friend who loves sports. You know, we got the hot takes for you. So
For sure.
yeah, man, enjoy having you on the show. And
Thank you for having me, bro. For real.
listen, family, y'all already know the deal. I'm here for a good time, but I'm not here for a long time. So that will mark the end of today's episode with Elijah Lott. Make sure you're staying tuned in, for our show as well. New episodes coming monthly. And stay tuned, like, comment, and subscribe.